For this coming segment, the speaker will be sharing on the various aspects of planning for your retirement with CPF. What should you do to be better prepared for your desired retirement lifestyle? Do you know enough about CPF Life to reap its benefits? And how do you make your CPF nomination online? We will be inviting Ms. Georgina Gao, Assistant Director of Outreach and Partnership from the Central Provident Fund Board, to share with us. Ms. Gao handles public digital outreach activities for CPF Board and regularly spends her time to explain CPF schemes to the public. Let's welcome Ms. Georgina Gao, please.
Hi, good morning. I'm Georgina from Central Provident Fund Board, Outreach and Partnership Department. And today, thank you very much for Precepts inviting me to be here. As you can see from the lineup, there will be many topics on CPF itself. So today, what I'm going to do is that I'm going to bring out the important aspects of CPF that you need to know for you to survive these 2 days of lineups, all right? Okay, and without further ado, let's go into it. The very first important aspect, and dare I say, the best feature of CPF accounts is definitely the interest rates. Now, what you see on the screen here is the ordinary account, special account, and MediSave account. Okay, and you usually have this when you are below 55 years old. And as you can see from the accounts itself, you earn 2.5% interest from your ordinary account and the base rate of 4% for your special and MediSave account. Now, when you are above 55 years old, you will have a retirement account created for you for your retirement monthly payouts. And this amount is actually, the interest rate is actually 4% too. Now, you must have heard of this, and if you have not, good to be here, and that is the government is actually offering extra interest rates on top of this attractive interest rates that you are earning in your CPF account. Okay, for those who are below 55 years old, you will earn an extra 1% interest, and that will be up to 5% of your $60,000 of the combined CPF balances. And over here, when I say combined CPF balances, I'm referring to the ordinary account, special account, and MediSave accounts balances. Now, the first $20,000 will come from your ordinary account, which means that you will earn up to 3.5% from your ordinary account. And the rest of the $40,000, it will come from your special. If it's not enough, and it will come from your MediSave account. All right, so that's how you earn the interest for when you are below 55 years old. Now, when you're above 55 years old, there is an extra 2% interest, okay? And this is how it works in the slides. So for your combined CPF balances, up to 6% on the first 30,000, okay, of your balances. And the next 30,000 will earn up to 5%, okay, of your interest rates. And is slightly different from the accounts when you are below 55 years old. The sequence goes from your retirement account first. Okay, so the focus is to earn more interest from the balances you have in your retirement account to help you to achieve higher payouts. Okay, so the next question you will have is that, now after you know that we actually earn a very attractive interest in our CPF savings, the interest is working really hard for us, then you will ask, oh, so how much payout will I get, right? Okay, so usually what I do in our talks is that I don't tell you the amount first. I want to ask you another question. Now, we don't have a poll here, but it's really for you to think and decide, how long do you think you will live until? Okay, when I ask this question, I also feel a little awkward because I don't know who you are, but you know who I am, right? Okay, so let me share with you what happened when we do these talks. A lot of the people or the participants that take a poll on this, about 80 to 90% of them actually voted for age 80 and beyond. Okay, that's a very positive outlook. And then the next question I asked them is this. Oh, why do you think, or what do you base on to know that this is the age that you will live until? Okay, let me share with you a little experience, and that is last time when I have not stepped into CPF board yet, okay? And I thought that, by looking at my grandparents, how long they live until, and my parents, I thought, okay, somewhere in the middle, or maybe a little bit higher, because I also know that the life expectancy, as Lorna has shared, is increasing, right? But my question here to you is this: if the stats shows 6 out of 10 of us were to live beyond 90, which 6? Right? So we don't know whether we will live beyond that or we will live below that. Okay? And the thing is, if I'm able to actually predict this, I won't be here. I'll be setting a table in Chinatown too. Okay, so this is actually a concern. Why? Because there's an uncertainty here that if you spend too much, you might not have enough, okay, if you live longer. But if you spend too little, and that means that I'm actually depriving myself from all the hard-earned savings, and not to enjoy my retirement years. So this uncertainty, okay, I can assure you today I have a solution, and a lot of you already know about this, and that is the CPF Life scheme. All right, I'm going to show you how CPF Life works. And before I show you how CPF Life works, I need to show you the genesis, how it started. Okay, and when I say that, I mean in your account at age 55 years old, a retirement account will be created for you. And as you can see from your slides, okay, over here, the left side, you have the balances of the ordinary and special account. Okay, and the savings up to the full retirement sum will go into the retirement account. And this year, the full retirement sum is $186,000 for members turning 55. Okay, and you can see from the left side, the ordinary account and special account, the first $5,000, okay, and any excess savings from above the full retirement sum, you can withdraw as and when you need it. And when I say that, it's really anytime, anywhere. Okay, and if you have heard, and you must have heard, pay now. Right? So pay now is something where you actually do a transfer to your friends, after a lunch, you go Dutch and all, right? And the payment is instantaneously, and that is how the withdrawal works too. So if you use pay now tied to your NRIC, you are able to withdraw as and when you have immediate needs for it. And if you don't, I will encourage you to leave it in the accounts to earn the attractive interest. So, okay, so when your retirement account savings at 55 has been set aside, what will happen is that at age 65, you will receive your desired payout according to the CPF Life plans that you choose. Now, if you do not want to actually withdraw at age 65, that's not a problem. You can actually withdraw anytime between 65 to 70 years old. Okay, and if, say for example, in this scenario, you start to choose your CPF Life plan at age 65, this is what will happen. You'll continue to receive your payout all the way until the retirement account savings are depleted. And what's next? You will continue to actually receive your monthly payouts. All right? So even when your retirement account savings are fully exhausted, you will still be receiving your monthly payouts. That is why I said CPF Life scheme, it provides you the highest, it provides you the retirement payout no matter how long you live. All right. Okay, so you realize, right, with the timeline, if I look at it, from 55 to 65, there's nothing happening in this slide, right? Okay, what is really happening is this. If you have set aside $186,000 in your retirement account, at 55 years old, if you do nothing about it, something will happen, and that is it will start to grow interest. Okay, the interest rate will help to grow your savings, and from between 55 and 65, based on $186,000 retirement sum, you will earn about $94,000 interest. Yes, so this amount, all in total, it will give you a payout of about $1,500. Okay, now in this scenario, a lot of people would, participants will actually wonder, so if I have $186,000 at 55, okay, I can actually receive this amount of payout, $1,500 about there. Then what if I don't have that amount? I have it lesser. Okay, not to worry, you don't have to, it's not required for you to use cash to top up or whatsoever. So if you don't have the cash to top up, you just leave whatever amount you have in your retirement account, okay? And interest will actually work hard for you. And if you are still working, the CPF contributions that come into your CPF account will help to achieve a higher payout when you are retiring or when you start to choose your CPF Life plan. Okay, Now, I am pretty sure a lot of you here will want to know, what if I want to top up more than 186,000, okay, to earn higher payouts? The main goal here is to achieve higher payouts. What should I do? I'll touch on that soon. So this is actually the retirement sums that we have for next year. In order to remember the retirement sum, the trick is just know what the basic retirement sum is. So for 2022, you can see that the basic retirement sum is 96,000. Okay, to find out how much is the full retirement sum, you just have to times 2. And for the ERS, it's times 3. Okay. Yep, so as you can see from the retirement sum, it increases every year, right? And it is largely due to the cost of living, and that's why the retirement sum will increase gradually. Now, you can see from this picture here, I hope you have your morning coffee. If you have not, please go and get one while listening to me. And then chicken rice over here. In year 2000, chicken rice actually cost about $2.50. Okay, and 20 years later, it's about $3.50. Now, the difference between this is, yeah, it's just $1. But you must realize one thing, and that is, if we look at focusing on retirement planning itself, like say for example between you and me, we will have about 20 to 30 years of runway to retirement, and we have to take into consideration of cost of living. In Singapore, cost of living is increasing, and the thing is that in 20 years, your chicken rice may cost more than that. And some participants actually feedback to me that, wow, you can still get a $3.50 chicken rice nowadays. Yeah, so that's one thing that we need to take into consideration when we plan for our retirement. So in that note, okay, I want to actually introduce you to the 3 CPF Life plans. Now, if you're concerned about the increasing cost of living, the first plan that I want to introduce you to is the escalating plan. Okay, it's a protection against rising cost of living. And like how the plan is described as escalating, okay, your monthly payouts, it will start lower, but it will increase by 2%, okay, every year. And the next plan is actually the standard plan. Now, if you want a fixed payout and you are not very worried about the increasing cost of living, which means that across the 20 to 30 years runway, you don't mind spending lesser on the food with a fixed payout, then you can choose the standard plan. Okay, it provides you a higher level monthly payout. Now, the last plan that I would like to present you today is the basic plan. Now, basic plan will have lower monthly payouts, lower than the standard plan, and it will also gradually go lower for the basic plan monthly payouts. It will reduce gradually because when your combined CPF balances fall below 60,000, and this is actually due to the extra interest, the less extra interest earned, which I shared with you much earlier. Okay, so one thing you need to know is any CPF Life premium balance and the CPF savings will be distributed to your beneficiaries after your death. Okay, so this is something that is very important, and a lot of people did not know about this, and there were a lot of fake news on this, so I need to clarify this. And you will see me repeating this, okay, along the way. All right, so I'm going to show you how CPF Life works. Okay, so now you know that CPF Life payouts, you can actually get higher payouts by topping up, which I'll share with you soon. The other thing that you want to know is, how did I manage to actually get payouts even when my savings are fully exhausted? So this is how it works. Now, when you start using a CPF for the CPF Life plan, you're actually using CPF to pay for your CPF Life premium. And you will receive payouts from your CPF Life premiums. Okay? And the interest earned on your CPF Life premium is also factored into a higher monthly payouts from the beginning. Then the last thing that you need to know is this: you will continue to receive the payouts from the interest that's accumulated by you and other CPF Life members when your CPF Life premium is used up. So that is how CPF Life works. And for all of you who are more well-versed in the financial industry, and you know that this is actually an annuity plan. Okay, so so any CPF Life premium balance with remaining CPF savings in other accounts, it will be given to your beneficiaries. Okay, so I'm going to share with you tips on how to reduce your CPF outflows. That means using less from your CPF savings so that you can have a payout, and how to boost your savings through top-ups to have higher payouts. And the other one, the last one, is start your payouts later. Okay, reduce your CPF outflow, the very first one. Now, it is very natural, okay, for all of us here to be using our CPF savings for our first home or second home, for our down payment. Okay, especially for those who just started working. It's because your savings are not substantial and your CPF account savings are not substantial either. So, but you will still use your CPF to tie you across for the down payment. That is very natural, no problem. Then along the way when you work and all this and you gain a better financial ground on your salary, on your bank account and your CPF savings, you may want to try to use part CPF, part cash for mortgage payment. Okay, so the amount that you use cash for, that amount of CPF savings stays in your account, and the interest will work very hard for you to grow your ordinary account savings. Okay? The second one is think twice before you use the CPF savings for investments. Now, I have shown you how attractive the interest rates are in the CPF account, and how this interest rates are actually risk-free. Okay, but if you cannot find a vehicle, an investment vehicle that can actually earn a higher interest and risk-free, then maybe perhaps you would like to actually keep your CPF savings in the CPF account to continue to earn the interest. The last one on reducing your CPF outflows is only withdraw your CPF savings when needed. I've shared with you about PayNow. The withdrawal is almost instantaneously, so you can actually keep this only when you need it immediately. Use PayNow to withdraw. All right. All right. So moving on, we have. I need to share with you how to increase your CPF inflows. Now, what I'm going to share with you over here, we focus on how to increase our retirement payouts. Okay, so these are the two methods. The very first one is housing refunds. Okay, you may have seen this word before, and I'm pretty sure Lorna, if you read her articles and all that, you will know about this, voluntary housing refunds. Okay, so when you use a CPF to pay for your house, to service it for mortgage payment, down payment and all, then this CPF amount, if you look at your CPF statement, they call it the principal amount used for your house. Okay, and then right below it, there will be this line that says accrued interest. Interest that you could have earned if this amount, okay, the CPF savings that you have used for housing, remain in CPF account. So the interest right now is 2.5%. All right, so this statement shows you how much you have used from a CPF account, and if you want to, and you have the extra cash to put back the amount back into ordinary account, you can choose to do a voluntary housing refund. And for voluntary housing refund, you don't have to do a full lump sum. You can do it partially every year if you want to. Okay, and I will show you later whether there are actually people doing it. Okay. And the other one that I would like to show you, okay, it's not showing on the screen, but it will be the topping up of special account and retirement account. Okay, and we call it the retirement sum topping up scheme over here. So retirement sum topping up scheme have two types of top-ups. Okay, one is CPF transfer. That means you transfer your CPF savings, okay, from your ordinary to your special account or your retirement account, and you also can do that for your loved ones. Okay, and the second one we are talking about will be cash top-ups. And this is very, very popular because when you do your cash top-ups, you can enjoy tax relief. Now I'll show you more about top-ups. So one rule that you need to know about topping up is that if you are below age 55, you can only top up to the special account, okay, because the retirement account is not created for you yet. And the top up is up to the prevailing full retirement sum of $186,000. Now, if this is you, age 55 and above, you already have a retirement account, so all topping up, CPF transfer or cash top-ups, it will go into your retirement account, and it's up to the prevailing ERS, 279,000. So about CPF transfer, okay, and you can actually transfer CPF savings. Excuse me. Yes, you can transfer your CPF savings, okay, from your ordinary account, and you just have to set aside the basic retirement sum in your special account to your spouse, your parents, and your grandparents. Now, if you want to transfer to other loved ones, you can do so as long as you set aside the savings of full retirement sum of 186,000 in your CPF account. You can use the excess in your ordinary account to do the CPF transfers. Okay, so may I gently remind you, CPF transfers, no tax relief. You're really doing this solely to increase or to help your other loved ones and your loved ones' retirement payout. Okay, and then we have the cash top-ups. So cash top-ups, you can do it to all your loved ones. Now, if you actually do it for yourself, you do a cash top-up to your CPF account, okay, you can enjoy a tax relief of up to $7,000. Okay, $1 for $1. And if you do top up for your loved ones, okay, depending on IRA's terms and conditions, you will be entitled for a tax relief of another $7,000. All right, so altogether it will be $14,000. I'm sure a lot of you know about this, okay? And there's one thing that, there's a few tips that I want to share with you in terms of tax relief. Now, all in all, we need to know one thing is that when it comes to CPF transfers and cash top-ups, the main goal you should have, the main intention you should have here is that these top-ups or transfers actually help you to receive higher retirement payouts. Okay, so this amount cannot be withdrawn as and when, okay, and it will be given out as monthly payouts when you start your CPF Life plan. Yes, so I was about to show you more are choosing to top up and voluntarily making housing refunds. These are the stats for the last 3 years. As you can see, this is not something that we have, especially in 201A and 201-9, we didn't really push for it yet. And these are the amount of top-ups and and the people actually believe in the CPF system to receive higher payouts for their retirement. Okay, so this is one thing that I want to let you know, and that is a lot of us here, when we do our tax relief, which is usually in March or April of the following year, right? And we only remember all this in December. Okay, so what happens is that when you do top-ups like this, in cash top-ups in December, you are losing out the interest that you can earn from January all the way to November. Okay, so you please go ahead and do your top-ups to enjoy the tax relief now, so that you can enjoy 3 to 4 months of that interest, okay, that will earn in your CPF savings. Okay, for next year, you should start topping up in January, okay, to benefit from the earning in the interest earlier. And when I say top up, there are a lot of people that have the impression that, oh, my top-up has to be really large, huge lump sum, like 10,000, 20,000. You know, the thing is this, the earlier you start, okay, you can actually start with small and regular cash top-ups, $50 per month. All right, and as you can see from this slide, for the 20 years runway, you will earn about $18,194 based on the $50 cash top-ups per month. Okay. All right. So I'm going to move into nomination. Now, the thing is, Lorna has actually explained a lot about CPF nomination, and she has done it really clearly. So what I'm going to share with you here is the tips on how to do it, and also why you need to make a CPF nomination. Okay. Now, this is very important. Okay, CPF savings cannot be included in your will. This is the reason why. Because we have to protect your savings from creditor claims of outstanding loans so that your CPF savings are preserved fully for your loved ones. Okay? Now, I'm going to share with you why you have to make a CPF nomination. what are covered under CPF nomination, and when you should make a CPF nomination. Okay, why you need to make a CPF nomination? Because you decide who gets your money. You decide who gets your money and how much they get. Okay, nomination for CPF is free. All right, and I'm pretty sure you are aware by now that if you didn't make a CPF nomination, the Public Trustee Office, which is PTO, okay, which I think they will be sharing more later today, they actually have to charge an admin fee because it's tedious work, all right, because you didn't actually decide who to get the money and how much you have. They have to actually look through your family history to go according to the intestacy law, okay, to see how much will be distributed. Okay, and that actually takes quite some time. Okay, and most importantly, my colleagues from the nomination has made it so easy, so fast for you to make a CPF nomination. I personally have done it within 10 minutes. Okay, that's also because both of my witnesses were with me at that point of time. So what are covered under CPF nomination? Okay, these are covered. CPF savings in your OA, SA, Medisave, MA, retirement, RA accounts. Okay, and any of the unused CPF Life premium, which I have mentioned quite a few times, and the discounted Singtel shares. Now, these are not covered, and it's really, really logical. The property is bought using a CPF savings, okay? And payout from the Dependent Protection Scheme, DPS, and the investments under the CPF Investment Scheme. Now, I'm going to share with you without a CPF nomination, which I shared a little bit just now earlier, and that is you have to, once you didn't make a CPF nomination, the balances, okay, what will happen is that it will still be distributed to your family first, and that is based on the intestacy law. Okay, there's one whole table of it. Pretty sure PTO will actually be sharing this later, so do tune in. And the amounts received by recipients are fixed. Okay, there's a percentage to it, but it's fixed. It's not determined by yourself. And the administrative fee that will be charged by PTO, okay, and the process can take up to 6 months. Okay, with a CPF nomination, like I've mentioned, you can specify your nominees, the percentage of each nominee gets, and you can authorize someone to view your nomination. All right, no charges incurred when nominees make a claim, and you can. And what happens is that when we have to actually distribute the nomination, okay, we will contact the nominees within 15 working days. How to make a nomination? Online nomination service and CPF service centers. Now, online nomination service is highly recommended, especially where we are in the current situation that we are in. Everything is very fluid, and online nomination, you can do it anytime, anywhere. Okay, just for your info, I'm not getting any commission for this, but because I've used it, I really think the ease of convenience is really great. Okay, so there are 3 things that you need to consider when you make a nomination. So before you go on to the online nomination, you need to consider 3 things, and these 3 very important things. And that is, the first one is who should receive your CPF savings and how much. Now we call this people that will be receiving your CPF savings as nominees. Okay, and the percentage that you can distribute to the nominees, the list of nominees, okay, is all have to add up to 100%. A lot of people ask nominees, can they be from overseas, or can they be from charity organization? The answer is yes, you can. Okay, and the second one is witnesses for your CPF nomination. So if you have not known the CPF nomination, you need 2 witnesses. Okay, so these 2 witnesses, what they do is that they will just be able to, they will attest to that, okay, when you made this nomination, you made it calmly, logically, okay, and then, yeah, they just have to reply to us. A text message will be sent to them. They just have to reply to us that, yes, it's safe. You know, that the person who made the nomination, they did it really logically and calmly. All right, and the thing is, the witnesses will not be able to see your CPF nomination details at all. Okay, the last one is this, and If you want someone to actually see your CPF nomination, you can do that. Okay, so you have to authorize the person. So upon your death, okay, this person will be able to view how much you have in your CPF account and who you have nominated and how much was given to them. All right, so this last feature was added in because a lot of family members are very concerned that, you know, the families may, upon death, the families may have dispute, so it'd be good to actually appoint someone to do that. Okay? My last slide. Review your nomination regularly, as how you will review your will regularly. All right, so there are 4 events over here that I want to mention that is very important events that you need to review. Okay, so for marriage, what will happen is that your previous CPF nomination will be revoked. Okay, and this is to actually help you to see whether you want to add your spouse in the nomination. Okay, and of course for divorce, childbirth, or the death of nominee, this is also the time that you need to review your nomination regularly. As you can see on your right, we have the QR code and the website of how you can access to the CPF online services with a SingPass to make a CPF nomination. Okay, last but not least, and that is connect with us. Okay, if you are here to listen to this talk, and you want to know more about planning your retirement, you want to know more about CPF nomination in detail, we actually have the recorded webinar in youtube.com at CPF videos. And if you want bite-sized information, you can go to our social media channels and do download our My CPF mobile app where you can access your CPF statements anytime, anywhere. Okay, with that, let me end the conversation, and yeah, I will be answering some of the questions over here. Can I top up cash into my retirement account and enjoy the 4% interest? The answer is definitely yes. Okay, and I believe you actually asked this question before I actually shared for the topping up option. Okay, Hui Bing, I'm 52. I paid up both houses. Can I choose the lower tier for retirement account when I reach 55, as I prefer to have more cash in hand from 55 to 65? Okay, so the answer is yes. When it comes to this, right, you are talking about withdrawal, and you are withdrawing more than just the excess of above the full retirement sum and the $5,000. So what happens is that when the retirement account is created for you, your full retirement sum will still go into your retirement account, okay? After it go into your retirement account, okay, and if you want to withdraw more from the retirement account, you can do so. So if you own a property, okay, you can actually withdraw the excess savings above the basic retirement sum. Okay, so if you are looking at full retirement sum in your retirement account, that means half of it you can actually withdraw in cash. Okay, and oh, this is a very good question from Henry. What happened when both witnesses die before me? That is fine. Okay, like I've mentioned, the witnesses were there to witness at that point of time that you have made the nomination clearly. That's all, and calmly, that's all. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I will have time for 2 more questions. All right, John Smith, let's see. My wife is a permanent resident, age 54 this year, and she has little CPF savings, assuming 0. If I top up 5,000 this year, can she withdraw the top up component 5,000 at 55? Yes, she can. The first 5,000, regardless of whether you have the full retirement sum or not, yes, she can withdraw. Or otherwise, she can keep it inside to earn the interest and only withdraw when she needs it immediately. Okay, the last question. If I had used the CPF money to pay my HDB, and can I pay back this amount back to CPF with cash while still holding on the HDB? And this is actually a good definition of voluntary housing refund. So the answer is yes. And when you make voluntary housing refund, it will not affect the home ownership, okay, of your property. Okay, with that, I will end the talk, and please do enjoy the rest of the day, okay, with precepts, and thank you very much.